Hi and welcome to the video everyone. I hope you're having a fantastic day or that you've already had one wherever you are in the world. You know, over the last few years, I've had a few too many conversations with family and friends regarding crypto assets and whether they are good investments. And to be quite frank with you, when I purchased my first coins back in 2019, I really couldn't have given you an answer, which is absolutely wild because I carried on investing into crypto assets over the last 6 years fairly diligently and with care. I didn't go crazy throwing all my money in, and at the same time, I kept a close eye on how legal clarity has been unfolding, how companies are adapting, and how the world is reacting to it. The trouble is that a lot of people see them as just a game or gambling or worthless in the long run, something that can get lost easily or hacked and stolen, and also something that has a lot of scamming around it. And I'm going to be honest here, a lot of these are true, but not the part where people say it's going to be worthless in the long run. And this brings me back to the question, are crypto assets a good investment? Because it really boils down to whether you see them as an asset in the first place, and clearly people don't. You can probably tell that I do because I refer to them as crypto assets, not cryptocurrencies. I think that calling them cryptocurrencies causes a lot of confusion for people because it implies that they're legal tender, that you can buy things with them. And you know what, for the most part, at least for Bitcoin, that had some small truth in it. Starting with, May of 2010, when a guy in Florida called Laszlo Honyats purchased two Papa John's pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoin. All sorts of companies now, like Ferrari, for example, have started accepting it. And I've linked Ferrari's official communications on this, so you don't think that I'm just making some random thing up here. But you'll notice that I used the term legal tender, and Ferrari themselves are going to accept cryptocurrency payments in countries where it is legal. So I can understand people's frustration here. It's not easy to become legal tender, and it really muddies the water for people here because you have some coins that can be used for payments, yet the coins themselves are going up in value, and here I am talking about them being assets. So why would you even want to spend it? So I'd like to give you a definition myself on what I think an asset is, and really why crypto assets can be seen in that way. The definition is something becomes an asset the moment you control it, expect it to bring future economic benefit, and you acquired it through a past event or transaction. I'd say crypto assets satisfy that definition. You can obtain them by purchasing them through an exchange or a decentralized exchange, or you can get them through mining, staking, or through a reward, and all of those are past events. They give you future economic benefit because you can trade them, and in some circumstances, they can be used in transactions. And you know what? You can just ask the people that have been holding their crypto assets close to the chest for the last decade or so, and you'll find that they are super happy with the prices they can trade them at now. And finally, you can control the asset. You do that by keeping them in an offline wallet, which is what is commonly referred to as cold storage. So, no, they don't function as traditional currencies, but they absolutely function as assets. And this whole confusion of what's money, what's value, it's not new. Humans have been doing this forever. Take the people of the Yap, for example. Centuries ago, they used huge limestone discs called rhinestones as currency. Some of these stones weighed several tons, too heavy to move. So ownership was recorded through social consensus. Everyone just agreed who owned which stone, even if it was miles away or lost at sea. That's basically a proto-blockchain, value based on shared trust, not physical possession. So when people struggle to see crypto as an asset, it's kind of history repeating itself. We've always attached value to things that represent trust, scarcity, and belief, not just what you can hold in your hand. Why bring all this up now? Because those same questions keep coming up from friends, family, and strangers. And I want people to feel less vulnerable in a world where inflation eats away at savings. I'm not a trader. I just bought, held, and watched my crypto assets appreciate by over 1,200% in 6 years. That's not luck. That's patience and belief in the technology. So whether or not you invest, my hope is that you start seeing crypto not as a gamble, but as a new kind of asset class. One that, like everything before it, is built on trust, scarcity, and human imagination.